That'll probably be a different story altogether.
I kind of opened their eyes a wee bit because when they came across here, like I never cooked, right? So before I came across here, my mother would make whatever I asked her to make.
I can hardly believe that.
Mummy's boy,
see, growing up.
Did you not want to bring her with you when you come?
I'm surprised she's not here to be honest.
See, when growing up,
is she in the car?
She's sitting there. I'm driving this thing. Yeah. But growing up, it was me, my brother, my sister, and obviously my stepdad. My mum would make 4 different meals.
My mum did the
almost
same.
Almost every night.
Crazy.
She'd be like, "What are you on for your tea?" "Oh, I don't want that." "Can I have that?" "All right." Nikki, sister, she'd be like, "Oh, I don't want that." "Can I have that?" "Aye, okay." And she'd be constantly cooking.
Honestly, my mum used to be exactly the same.
I can't remember. I remember she gave us a cooking lesson how to make soup, right? How to make lentil soup.
Yeah, you got it wrong.
I made a complete balls up it or something.
No, you forgot the lentils.
I can't remember what I'd done, but I made the balls up. And then when she came over here, like when I came across, like my ex wasn't the best at cooking either. Well, she enjoyed, she could cook, but she didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I just started getting her cookery book and started making stuff. Don't get us wrong, you can't really go wrong on a barbecue. You always cook on the barbecue, and I just found myself cooking. So when she came across here, I'd done like the whole Christmas dinner.
When you're doing the page and stuff you started, right? You've got 5,000 members. I remember reading was it last August or something? Maybe it was maybe June, July or something like that. You put a post on that you said there's 5,000 members here. There's a lot of people struggling in the world. How about we all put $5 in and we donate it to a charity, right? Honestly, mate, I thought that was one of the singly nicest things. I mean, that's the kind of thing I used to be involved in back home, right? Or not even necessarily involved myself, but people that I knew were always doing stuff like that, right? Aye. And you come in, it still happens. Don't get me wrong, it still happens, but just having been a part of that group, I thought, what a great idea. And you raised what, like $1,500 or something?
In a way, I was probably a wee bit disappointed, to be honest.
Did you think you were going to get everybody kind of donating?
The thing is, right, at the end of the day, you run a page, right, that's got over 5,000 people in it. Not everybody's active. You could probably probably take 20% of that, maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of people just join it to have a nose, don't really interact, aren't really that bothered.
Yeah, but you've got to get at least 1,000 people.
So I generally thought so the LGM hospice appeals, it was Liam McLaughlin. I met him a couple of times.
Oh, did you know the guy? I just figured. I just figured you pulled
so we had met him. So he was a massive Celtic fan, and the first time I met him, it was the Scotland Ireland game in the Euro qualifiers, the World Cup qualifiers, or something years ago. And we met him in the casino. 10 o'clock. It was like a 3 o'clock kickoff. 3 o'clock in the morning kickoff. So we met at 10. Got in the piss right away, and I'd met him with a mate that I used to live in the same complex with, Lee. Lee was really good friends with him. Him and Lee and Amy, who are engaged now, we live down south. We used to live together with them at Belmont, at Frederick Street. So he was like, "Oh, when we get in the piss." So I met Liam, and Liam was sound, really, really nice guy. You could just tell he was just a massive heart, and he had been complaining even that night. I was like, "Oh, are you on the piss?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not drinking." He says, "I can't get rid of this sore head. It's just constant." So obviously later down the track, you start learning a bit about him and all that. And I'd met him again. I'd done a family barbecue up at Kings Park. Literally just went up, chucked a load of Scotland flags on the grass.
This is what you organised through Scots in Perth.
Yeah. But I was like, Chris, honestly, don't like distract you for your story, but see all the things you've done. It's fantastic. It's such a good thing, and I do follow it. I used to just pop in and again, but now I pretty much follow it regularly because there's a lot of good stuff in it. But all the stuff you've done,
it was nuts because you had like folk bringing tray bake, kind of like back home. You'd have folk making caramel shortbread, tiffin, all this kind of stuff, and folk are just bringing like square sausage, tatty scones, all your Scottish stuff, Scotch pies. And there was maybe about 40 or 50 folk were around the barbecue cooking. Kids were just running about. I was handing out cans of Iron Brew to the kids. They were hyper. Because it's all colouring, but they're honestly hyper.
Yeah. This is why Scots in Perth is so big, though, because it's not just a page, is it? It's like a family.
Yeah,
it's like you've created a community.
I suppose in a way I'm kind of lucky that I wouldn't say I've made best friends, but I've met I've met friends.
I bet
I've
you've
met
opened
people.
up to more people here than you ever have before.
I'll tell you the first. It was quite funny, right? That it was either the first or second piss up we had at the Vic Park Hotel. 9 months later, I got a message of a woman, of a picture, of a baby, a newborn baby, and he was made the night after the Scots in Perth night
Oh, my
when they went
gosh.
home.
I was wondering
So it's
where
like,
that story was
right,
going there.
I thought it was going to be your baby.
I'm thinking, Chris,
No.
you're
So
in
that
trouble,
was
man.
literally, so she was like, oh, he can be the Scots in Perth mascot. So he was actually conceived
Yeah.
the night of Scots, the night it was
Yeah.
Scots in Perth night.
Got together.
Outstanding. That's pretty good.
But like I say, we'll get back. Met Liam then, Liam and Kate, and they were just beautiful people. And through the time, obviously, he started getting quite ill. And Kate was raising money left, right, and centre. So we done a few things on the page. The TV got involved and stuff like that. They managed to send him to Germany to seek alternate medicine.
Yeah.
Which kind of worked. He was able to see his second daughter get born because he was
That's
actually
nice,
losing
yeah.
his sight up until then.
Is that right? Yeah. That's quite
And
a shame.
then obviously he passed away. And Kate is probably one of the strongest women I've ever known.
Yeah.
She's across here herself with 2 kids. She's got a massive group of friends who have obviously supported her right through, but it was always her and Liam's dream, or certainly her dream, to give people here what you get back home.
Yeah.
You've got hospices in back home, like cancer things and that, and that when places that your family can go to spend your last dying days.
Yeah, like Ronald McDonald
Aye,
House.
exactly
Same-
like that.
Same kind of thing.
And she seen something that she could get her teeth into, and obviously she started this hospice up. And I've always sort of put a little post on the page, just anybody interested, or does anybody, they were looking for different people to work to help out in different areas. So I chucked that on, and I just thought I'd got in touch, and I was like, would it be okay if I just tried to do a little money raise, a little fundraiser thing?
Yeah.
Just call out to the people on Scots in Perth and just sort of literally says, listen, there's 5,000 members on here. If everybody puts $1 in, there's $5,000 to a charity that wouldn't have got anything. And
it
if
means nothing to them
it means
giving
absolutely
$1, does
nothing.
it?
I was like, and if it picks up, then I generally wanted to do a charity every month. People could suggest charities.
That's what I liked about Chris. I thought it was a genuine. I mean, I didn't know your backstory with the other side of the.
I just thought
that's a fantastic
people were
idea.
messaging us about how their son needed this and son needed that, and I generally thought it was got a grip, and I thought people, but a lot of people did have, or a few people had some negative comments, just that kind of going through COVID, and it was probably
tough time. Everybody's going through it tough.
It was probably the right idea and the right concept,
The
but
wrong
potentially
time.
at the wrong time.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I suppose.
But not for
because
everybody, though, Chris. I mean, it's a good idea is still a good idea. It doesn't matter when
but
you have
don't
it.
get
You know,
wrong,
it's just
people still, like I says, we made, it was about just under $1,500.
$1,500 is nothing to be sniffed at, though, is it?
To a hospice or to a charity that needs extra funding. I mean, Liam's mum and dad back home and Kate's family, they still do fundraising back home because they see an end game. They see what they want, and the more money that's generated, the more people talk about it.
Yeah,
the more interest
the more awareness there is.
Yeah.
So, like I says, we've done that. I was a bit. Don't get us wrong, I was chuffed with the amount and chuffed that I could kind of contribute.
Yeah.
But I was just a little bit disappointed, I suppose. But then you're asking people to give money to something they don't know anything about.
Yeah.
So it's hard in that way. But then,
But I think as well, like you said before, I mean, the hardest bit is it's a Facebook page. There's 5,000 members. And they're not all active. And you got $1,500 out of the ones that are active. That's probably impressive. I mean, that's a really good amount of money.
The group is evolved massively, right? So I never really held a Scots in Perth night for probably 2.5 years or something.
Yeah.
The last one I done it was the 568 bar in East Perth.
Yeah.
So that was like a Scottish guy, an English guy, and an Irish woman, and it's not even a joke. They owned it. But the 568 bar sponsored my football team. So I says to them, I'll tell you what I'll do then, I'll hold 3 events so who held the players' night there.
I do. Yeah.
A couple of piss ups, and I'll just give you some free advertising whenever somebody, because they do tenants, they do Brewdog, they do Newcastle Brown Ale.
You don't get that everywhere,
they do Buckfast and all that kind of thing, like, yeah. So I says, I'll just give you some free advertising. So I sold 100 tickets. 100 tickets literally were sold within 3 days. And I reckon about 60% were new faces.
Yeah.
Probably more than that, actually. Because you're always getting people coming to Perth. Yeah. And you're always getting people joining the page, and they're like, oh, I'm desperate to meet new people. And it's really nice when you're sitting there and you see people talking, like, oh, like the first piss up I done, we had name badges. Name and where you're from.
Yeah.
And the amount of
that's a good icebreaker straight away.
And the amount of friends, like there's a guy called Lindsay Melrose who he's rocked up to probably 3 or 4. There's a lot of people that have been at every single piss up.
Yeah.
Like the Mearns, you've got Nancy and Eddie. The family, they've got Jamie, Eddie and Kelly. They've been to every single Scots in Perth night. Yeah.
Shows it means a lot to them, though,
and she's openly, Nancy's openly said that, she goes, who long and who can't wait to the next one. Like the last Scots in Perth night, 100 Scottish folk. A lot of folk meeting people for the first time, expanding their friends group. We're sitting at the end of the night doing that boat thing. Can when you go forward, back, and left, like everybody's around the pub. Doing that. Going mental. Gary Jameson sung, Neil Wallace sung, and Ryan Jameson done the DJ. And people were like, it was brilliant. We managed to get the pub today, Scotch pies, tarty scone slide, what do you call it, chip butties, what you'd get back came, macaroni pies and that kind of thing. And I just literally I took $20 a ticket, which covers...
Does that just pretty much covered
it? Like, I just pay everything to the decorations, pay the singers, the 2 singers and the DJ got paid, and the rest went to food.
Have you never been out of pocket doing anything?
I nearly got out of pocket with a Kaylee. Had it not been for a couple of guys that really pulled us out the shit.
Yeah,
I'd have been about $3,500 out of pocket.
Kayleys were hard in Scotland as well, Chris.
I put $3,500 down as a deposit
of your own money.
Of my own money, and had it not been for like some Maureen Crawford in Gary Small, they managed to sweet talk the owners of the Novotel to transfer the debt from up the stairs to down the stairs. You know, they run Fenian's bar.
Right. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So they say, right, I'll tell you what we'll do. If you clear $3,000 a night, then you'll wipe your debt out. So
Scottish people spend $3,000
so I managed
booze.
So easy. I sell 120 tickets at $20 a ticket, if that, and it was maybe 15, and they got a pint for that.
Yeah.
So they covered that. Couple of singers, and the place was absolutely jumping. The pub made $5,500-6,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ever since then, I was generally been. That's why I've only really done small ones since then, because I've not the confidence to. I've made sure that I've never been out of pocket.
Yeah.
The money that comes in goes right back out. So I'm no earning or I'm no making any money.
Yeah.
I kind of sounds a bit soppy, but I date for people to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I dare do it for any other else, and I think
it shows great. Though, just talking to you.
It does definitely show.
I love it. Like the fact that you have people. I can remember Stacey McCraw was there on the first night. She burst out crying.
What? Just too much emotion.
The whole emotion overtook her. Right, she's standing eating a Scotch pie, drink Scotch pie, right, drinking a vodka Iron brew, and it will just. Stacey's always one that she lives across here. She's just bought a house with her fella. But she struggles with homesickness.
Yeah.
But it was just, and this was the first ever night out in, I think it was October 2014, and she just got, you've got Scottish music.
It just took her back.
You've got Deacon Blue, you've got a Scotch pie, an Iron brew, a vodka Iron brew, and she just burst into tears because it was just overwhelming. It was just overwhelming for her, like, and I suppose in a way that's what's nice, the fact that
that's fantastic.
It gives something what they're missing for Bart Cayman, and that's why I think you get the people coming back every time that we've done it, or every time I've organised a piss up. You have the same people coming because they still want that draw.
Yeah.
It's amazing the sort of small things that get you.
It's the little things, isn't it?
I think the older I've got, the closer my eyes come to my